Hi to everyone, welcome back to WebJR Physics. Today I would like to explain Basics in Physics Part 4. Last class we have discussed how to write definitions by using formulas. Today we have complete remaining definitions. Taking some of example, first one relative density. What is relative density? Here density of substance by density of water. Density of substance by density of water. They both, here density and here also density, both are densities. So what is the definition of relative density? The ratio of what? The ratio of density of substance by density of water is called relative density. You understand? See the definition. The ratio of density of substance by density of water is called relative density. You understand? Then next one. Yes. Now moving to the second example, dielectric constant. Dielectric constant means permittivity of a medium epsilon by permittivity of free space. Permittivity of free space means epsilon naught. Here dielectric constant means K. Permittivity of a medium epsilon by permittivity of free space epsilon naught. You understand? Here dielectric constant K means permittivity of a medium epsilon, permittivity of a free space epsilon naught. K equal to epsilon by epsilon naught. You understand? So now moving to the third one, specific heat. What is third one? Specific heat. Okay, specific heat S equal to 1 by m into dq by dt. What is the meaning of S? S means specific heat, m means mass, T means temperature, dq by dt. Here, okay, for example, if you take, we consider, okay, mass m equal to 1 kg, okay, 1 kg, and dt equal to 1 Kelvin. Okay, you understand? Here I'm considering m equal to 1 kg and dt means equal to 1 Kelvin. S equal to, here we put m equal to 1 by 1 means 1, so dq by 1 means 1, so S equal to dq. Okay, this is the answer. what is the meaning of S equal dq? The specific heat of a substance, the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a 1 kg of temperature through 1 Kelvin. See definition. See the specific heat definition. The specific heat of a substance is amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of a substance through 1 Kelvin. Okay, you understand what is the specific heat? So now moving to some of statements. Okay, some of statements. Okay, Newton universal gravitation law. Gravitation law. Okay, what is the Newton universal gravitational law? Here F equal to, okay, force F equal to G into m1 into m2 by r square. Okay, this is the numerator, this is the denominator. In numerator, G into m1 into m2 by r square. Okay, what is the F equal to G m1 m2 by r square? Here see, here m1 one mass, okay, then m2 next mass. Okay, in this sum of force is the, here m means distance between two masses. Okay, distance between two masses. Here what is m1 into m2? So in numerator m1 into, here what is into means here product of, what is product of. Okay, here r square means square of, what is here square of. So in numerator m1 into m2, here r square, so here product of, here square of. Okay, this is, okay, this directly proportional to, what is directly proportional to, okay, directly proportional to. Here inversely proportional to, what is inversely proportional to, proportional to. Okay, in numerator directly proportional to product of, here inversely proportional to square of. Okay, you understand? See the definition how we can here. Okay, so see the definition. The force of attraction between two masses, the force of attraction between two masses, okay, is directly proportional to product of masses and inversely proportional to, this is inversely means here new denominator, so inversely proportional to square of the distance, r means distance, right? So the force of attraction between two masses of directly proportional to product of masses and inversely proportional to square root of distance. You understand? This is here G means constant. Okay, G means constant. Okay, this is the Newton universal gravitational law. Okay, then next example, fundamental frequency n equal to 1 by 2L into under root T by m. What is the fundamental frequency n equal to 1 by 2L into under root T by m? Okay, what is the fundamental frequency n equal to 1 by 2L under root T by m? See here, take one spring. Here the string strictly sum of tension is there T. Okay, then here M means linear density. Okay, M means linear density. This is the length, distance. Okay, distance L. So see here, this is the stretched string. Okay, stretched string, tension is T and linear density M, length of the stretched string L. Okay, then moving to first law. Okay, first law means, first take this formula. Here tension and linear density both are constant. What is T and M are constants. Okay, T and M are constants means T and M are constant. So fundamental frequency is proportional to, not equal to. Here proportional to means constant is not coming. So fundamental frequency of T, fundamental frequency N proportional to 1 by L. Here T and M both are constant. Okay, then N proportional to 1 by L. So see the definition. The fundamental frequency of a stretched string is directly proportional to its length when T and M are constant. See one more time. The fundamental frequency of a stretched string is directly proportional to its length when tension and linear density are constant, means T and M are constant. Then see the second law. What is second law? Okay, then here both L and M are constant. What is L, length and linear density are constant. Okay, see, so here L and M are constant. So N means fundamental frequency is proportional to, here L are constant and M are constant. So what is remaining? Under root T. Okay, under root T. So see, the fundamental frequency of stretched string. What is the fundamental frequency of stretched string is inversely proportional to square root of its tension when L and M are constant, means length and linear density are constant. Okay, see one more time. The fundamental frequency of a stretched string is inversely proportional to square root of its tension when L and M are constant. Okay, you understand? Then moving to third law. Okay, L and T, this time L and T are constant, means length and tension are constant. Okay, constants. Okay, here see, here length and tension are constant. What's happening? N proportional to under root 1 by M. Okay, here L and T are constant. Okay, see the definition. The fundamental frequency of a stretched string is inversely proportional to square root of its linear density when L and T are constants. Okay, see these three laws of definition you can understand. Then in physics, definitions are very important and need to use in problematic. I'm moving to one theorem, parallel axis theorem. Okay, see. Okay, see, first take one axis first. This is the axis. Okay, this is the axis. Okay, take one body, okay, in the center of mass. Okay, here take one axis, that axis we call Iz. Okay, what is the meaning of Iz? Iz means momentum of inertia. What is the Iz meaning? Iz means momentum of inertia. Okay, here center of, this is the mass M. Okay, center of mass G. Okay, we call capital G is the center of mass. Then see, this is the Ig. See first, what is Ig? See, Ig means momentum of inertia of a body. This is the body about an axis. What is momentum of inertia of a body about an axis through center of mass? Here one axis, this is one axis, this is the body. This body moving like this. Okay, this body moving in axis, this body moving like this. Okay, you understand? This is the axis, this is the body. This body moving like this in the axis. Okay, momentum of inertia of a body in the axis moving through center of the mass. Okay, see one more axis. Okay, I'm taking one more axis here. Okay, I'm calling this time I. Okay, it means momentum of inertia. So here also center is there. So in this center we are calling one line, that is the distance. Okay, distance between two parallel axes. Okay, distance between two I is the momentum of inertia of a body in parallel axis through center of mass. Okay, then R is the distance between two parallel axes. Okay, then we know Ig, we know I, we know what is G, we know what is R. Okay, then how to write definition? See, so first I equal to, what is the formula? I equal to Iz, okay, plus what is I equal to Iz plus mr square. Okay, plus mr square. You understand? This is the formula. I equal to Iz plus mr square. See the definition. What is the momentum of inertia? What is the momentum of inertia? Is about a body, an axis is equal to the sum of its momentum of inertia about a parallel axis, passing through the center of mass, and it's the product of its mass and square of its distance between two parallel axes. Okay, you can understand? See the definition once. The momentum of a inertia of a body about an axis is equal to sum of its momentum of inertia about parallel axis, the product parallel axis passing through center of mass, and the product of its mass and square of its distance between two axes. Okay, between two axes. Okay, you can understand? This is the sum of statements by using formulas, how to write definitions. If you know definitions, how to convert formulas. Okay, here see, vice versa. Here I'm taking formula, in that formula I'm writing definition. You know definition, you can easily write formulas. Okay, Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe and share